Anybody in here, do you know God did all the work? If you're not ashamed to call His name, if you're not ashamed to praise His name because of who you are and what He done for you, you ought to be willing to lift your voice and praise His name. If you know that you are a child of God, you ought to stand with me and say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, yeah. Ain't he all right? 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 I know he's all right. It ain't on the inside. It changes on the inside. It changes on the inside. It changes on the inside. And if it's on the inside, it'll sure come out outside. You can't help but praise His name. You can't help but tell somebody about His goodness. Every time I think about what He's done for me, my soul cries, hey, 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 yeah. My soul cry out. I can't help but tell it. I can't help but speak about it. When I think about the goodness of God, I can't help it. Because I should have been on my way to hell. But God decided within Himself to save me. And man, look, that ought to be enough. 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 And every now and then, you ought to just be willing to say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. I just want to thank you, Lord. Have you ever just got off by yourself and thought about what He's done for you? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Have you ever just thought about it? Everybody in this room ought to be thanking God. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Oh, and I want to thank you. Thank you, Lord. Have you ever thought about it? Look, just simple things. Just simple things. We fuss over what kind of shoes we're going to wear. But there are some folk that actually wish they could fuss over some clothes. There are some folk don't even have feet to put shoes on. There are some folk, yeah, holes is in the bottom of their shoes. There are some folk who wish right now they had one new pair of shoes. And we ought not to be considering, and we ought not to be roaring over what God has done for us. You ought to wave your hand and tell him, thank you. I got shoes to put on. You ought to tell him, hey, Lord, thank you. Some of you said, nah, I ain't going to say nothing. I understand. I understand. Maybe he hadn't done for you what he done for me. Has he been good to you? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Can I just say one more thing? I'm going to leave you alone. I declare I am. I met a man the other day. He didn't know me and I didn't know him. But he walked up to me and said, Mister, I'm hungry. And I know you've been told this so many times by somebody that don't mean no good. He said, I don't want your money, but we can go right there. And I guarantee you, whatever you buy me, I'm going to eat it right there in front of you. I don't mean to beg. He said, but I've been hungry for 3-4 days now. And every time I ask somebody, they shun me on. You can dare me to go ahead on and leave you. But you never know where you're going to get your blessing from. And what he did was use my own words on me. So I said, come on over here. And we walked on over. I said, get whatever you want. He got so much. I said, you think you can eat all of that? He said, not right now, but I have me some for later on. And when I paid for his lunch, we walked on out and shook my hand and he left. But you know what he told me? I'm praying for you. It wasn't too many days later. I was in the store, got the stuff I wanted brown, got up to the counter, hit my wallet, no wallet in my pocket. Had forgot a change pan. So there I was. And the woman looking at me. And I'm feeling around. And she's saying, this is the pastor of the St. James Missionary Baptist Church. Got no money. But I don't know where. A man walked up and said, I got him. Pat me on the shoulder, so don't worry about it, man. I got you. I'm just trying to tell you, whatever you do for God, God will do it back for you. We got no room to grumble. Some of you in here got more than you need to eat. You ought to be thankful right now. Tell the Lord, thank you. Yeah. Let me stop. The doors of the church.